Why, hello there. Yes, I'm back. Little old me, Rusty Reporter. Instrumental Transcommunication session, number 55. Look alive. How's everybody going? Going? Doing? Whatever you're up to. How are you? All over the world, planet Earth is where we reside. At least that's what we're told. Are we on the outside or inside? I don't know. Read some interesting theories over the last couple of years. Been seeing some interesting stuff the last couple of days too. I think I might go into it a bit in a little. But yeah, I hope everybody is decent, well, feeling okay. If not, hopefully you'll get better soon. Hopefully things will smooth out soon. That's just part of life. Live and learn, get older. And you get to stress out about more stuff. That's one thing. Even when we're kids, we're like, I can't wait till I grow up. It's like, man, if you only knew, sucker. So yeah, I hope all in all, everything is well. Gonna continue my journey of exploration of this fascinating quote unquote field of the paranormal or supernatural or unseen or unearthly. However you want to term it, I can't term it at this point. I can't classify it. I can't really put it in a box and define it for myself proper at this moment to say this is that and it's exactly in these realms or whatever. I can't do that yet. I know it may be cliche and I can't help it. I'm just being myself. I'm not going to say that this stuff is 100% real unless I can say it's 100% real. And I've thought about that throughout this process too. Would I, if I had that experience and I start to believe, let's say I have multiple experiences and I'm 100% convinced this is all 100% real, would I go around and raise the ghosty flag? Like, would I say this is it and this is, like, I don't know. I think I kind of hope at least that if I get to that point where I am a staunch believer, that I can still display this along these same lines. I'm comfortable with what I'm doing now, and I think it's best to just present and let people decide. You'll hear me say words that I hear from time to time, but those are generally just things that stick out, or maybe something that sounded like a response or something like my name. But the purpose of me doing this is my own personal journey and endeavor into discovery of what is really going on. According to multiple network high-rated ghost-themed television shows, there seems to be something going on. According to documentaries, countless now, thanks to video sharing sites, there seems to be ghosts or spirits. According to my loved ones that I would put my life in their hands, there seems to be ghosts or spirits. But I still can't say. So that's why I'm doing this. Now, yes, I could try to get out more and out and about and do all that jazz, but I've decided just to keep it like this for now until well, the main thing is the streaming. The streaming is interesting. It's fun, and it's become more than a hobby for me, obviously. And I obviously like it, or I would not do it. And it isn't all about me. That's why you don't see my face as much. For me, this is about the process and the interaction with the devices and the interaction with the people that may be sitting in the chat room that are watching this live. Hello, by the way, all you lovely people out there. if you are in chat. I don't have that up yet, and I don't have my numbers up. I'm not really looking at anything. I'm just kind of focusing on the microphone area. But yeah, that's mainly why I don't show myself as much. But hello. I will show myself from time to time. I just don't. I don't know. This can easily get swept up and misinterpreted by other people, especially if it's just like camera on the person the whole time. But it is nice to have my face for you to look at. And I know from watching other streams, it's better to get something changes to look at, or at least having the person to look at and to look into their beautiful eyes, my beautiful dark brown eyes. And so you will see my face from time to time. I will give you my face, but I do want to focus on what is really going on, because that's why I'm doing that. That's why through all the ups and downs of this community that I've been a part of now for, I don't even know. I think I joined Paranormal Chat and met Jason in December. I think it was maybe before November, December, somewhere around there. I don't know. I started this channel here October 8th. So we're coming up on my year anniversary in a couple months. I may have that time off. I am looking to take a 2-week break, if not longer. And yeah, I'm thinking about October, and I may do it the first 2 weeks of October, or like the last week of August, September, and then into the first week of October. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I can't remember what the whole point of the vacation was, but it was about my channel being about a year in a couple months, and just the journey here. You can get really swept up in this whole process, and especially when you're doing hangouts and hanging out with people, you get hooked. I mean, I don't even hang out as much, if barely any anymore, but I still barely get any sleep so I can try to get up to watch the streams, because most streams start between like 3 and 5 or 6, and sometimes like 8 or 9. Dom's usually starts like 8 or 9, and but Steve's usually starts like 3 or 4 my time. So I usually try to get at least 4 hours of sleep so I can get up. Sometimes I get up about 4 or 5 o'clock my time, and I still generally can watch a few hours. But anyway, long story short, it's really easy to get swept up into this, swept up with the other people, and I don't want this to be a popularity contest. That's why, yeah, exactly. This isn't a popularity contest, and that's why you'll be seeing the devices a lot. Okay, so enough about that. I am here to research the paranormal, the supernatural, the unseen. I don't know what you want to call it, what definition or term, but I'm going to run down what stuff I'm going to be using for entities. My friends, if you're around me, my spirit friends, if you're around me right now, I want to try to communicate with you again. 55 attempts of doing this on just streams, and then I have another 40 videos, but probably like 20 actually are, yeah, it's whatever. I've been trying for a while now, but I just want to run down what I have. We use instrumental transcommunication devices. Instrumental transcommunication is a term that we came up with when it was discovered that we may be possibly interacting with these unseen forces or entities using electronic components or devices, such as computers or televisions, telephones, cell phones, or mobiles, how they call them like everywhere else, and tape recorders, digital voice recorders. I don't know what's been done with movie projectors, but I would assume something's been messed around with the video ITC aspect, where you can try to get the visual. Like maybe there's been some movie projector ITC. I don't know. It's pretty cool. That just popped in my head. But essentially, it's trying to use these devices. What I'm currently using these are my electronic devices that I'm trying to communicate with them. It all started off with this bad boy right here, the P-SB7. Pretty much everybody and their grandma knows what this is, thanks to network television and how, oh crap, that's not what you want to do with your delicate, expensive paranormal devices. You don't want to drop them, but that's a little easier to hold. So this was my first bad boy. This was my very first device. Prior or after an MP3 player, that was my first digital voice recorder. But this was my first official ITC device. It says on the actual, there you go, ITC research device. This was designed, so it's essentially a sweeping radio, but what it does differently is it amplifies the white noise, and I believe, and it also has an auto sweep, and you can control the speeds of the sweep. So I mean, it does have differences compared to like these, for instance. But one of the big differences sound wise is the it's because this has a boosted white noise. But this was my very first sweeping radio used to try to communicate with ghosts. Now, have I captured things? Have I captured spirit conversations? I don't know, possibly. I've caught some very interesting quote unquote possible intelligent responses, and some of my best, I think, to date still are on the P-SB7. Just because it's radio, it's not from a sound bank. That's I'm not going to advocate which ones are better when it comes to digital or video or physical. Analog is what these are called, versus digital, like applications for phones and PCs and tablets and Macs. I don't know. Actually, I don't know nothing about Mac. I don't even know if I'm assuming Mac has some sort of ghost hunting stuff. I just know Jason has a Mac, so he like never uses apps. I think he used an app actually. I think he used the Paranormal Live. How was he using that? Oh, he's got that new portal, and you know what? I haven't watched a lot of his stuff lately, so I don't know much about that portal. Maybe that has something to do with that. Anyway, that's Jason. Jason's Paraghoster. He's an awesome dude. He's the reason I'm here. Thank you, Jason. Please check out him, subscribe to him. Anybody else that's in chat that has videos that wants to display information or wants to try to exchange information with people, please link up with them. 99.9% of the people we interact with in this community are kind-hearted individuals that are all seeking the same thing. Even the believers, even people that are 100% believers, are still seeking more answers. And we've all met somehow. Fate, destiny, coincidence, whatever you want to call it, we've all somehow met. And yeah, please subscribe and check people out. Anyway, so let's get on to the other devices real quick. I just have these 3 other radios here. These are portable radios. They're all similar in the fact that they sweep at the same speed. Now, they may sweep at slightly different speeds individually, but you cannot change the speed. So they only have one speed. The 2 outer, you have to hold down the tune to actually sweep with like a chip clip. The inner one, the Memorex, once it's hacked, you can actually just press this little silver button here, this one here, and it allows you to stream, or sweep. But essentially, it's the same idea. What you're doing is you're sweeping through just random radio, either forward or reverse, up or down, however you want to look at it. And seemingly throughout either the white noise that comes up in between the radio hits, there may be EVP that is somehow twisted into a disembodied voice, essentially, because it's a voice that's coming through the speakers that has no body. So it's essentially a disembodied voice. I don't know if you can classify it 100%. It's probably like you have to put an asterisk by it or something, but so yeah, they're either coming through the white noise, or they're coming through or manipulating or choosing the right time to have the DJs say certain things, or commercials or advertisements or what have you on the radio air. And it's just, you just hear weird things. You hear weird possible intelligent responses, sometimes spot on, sometimes what you're asking, sometimes not, sometimes themed. And then over here, lit up, is the ghost meter, and to its left is the K2. And these are EMF meters. They're designed to detect electromagnetic fields or frequencies or waves. And this is an EMF pump. Now, my spirit friends, this is believed to maybe give you energy. I don't know. I can't tell for sure, but you can see, as an example, how the EM pump sets off the K2. Ugh. What happened there? I think the battery might be dying. But yeah, I mean, look, it's pretty strong. Now, does this stuff all work? Does the pump attract spirits or make them stronger or open portals or gateways? I don't know. I can't say yes or no. I'm not going to say yes or no because I just don't know. I'd be a fool to say one way or another. Now, does the K2 or the ghost meter detect spirits? I can't say yes or no. I do know that it does 100% detect man-made electromagnetism. You can detect this with your television, your microwave, radio, speakers, fans, numerous different objects give off, cell phones, computers. And that really made me more aware about how immersed we are in EMF, that we're just really not even aware of it. Because supposedly some people are more sensitive to it and can actually feel ill or perhaps feel the effects of paranormal, feel like something or someone might be around them or hear things, auditory hallucinations and such. It's very interesting. Now, is EMF the explanation for all this and it's not actually spirits? I don't think so. I think the universe as we know it, as much as we've learned, which is barely a drop in a bucket, in a 3,000 gallon bucket, it's barely a drop, what we've learned. I really think that it's highly possible, if not highly probable, that there are other dimensions currently around us, surrounding us, immersed with us, that we are just unaware of. Honestly, the more I learn, the more it just seems like the gut feeling leans towards that. I just can't classically say yes. Now, if I had a little dude dancing here, like appear and dance here or something, man, that would be awesome. So let's go back to the devices. I think that's just about covered it. I use external speakers for these. The P-SB7 does have its own speaker. It's really weak, but it's better to use external speakers. This is the classic. You can't really see it. It's got rocks on it, but that's the classic Alltech speaker. I got that with the P-SB7 when I got it. It was some sort of deal. Get it like slightly cheaper, buy it as a combo. But currently I'm using a JBL Flip for my external speaker. I really like it. It's a little more richer, and I mean it costs like twice as much as the Alltech, so it better sound better, and it does. And then yeah, I just have some stuff for effect. I try to change it up a little bit. I'm trying to like streamline it now and just take a little things from time to time. I'm sure some of you have noticed Big Red Buddha hasn't been around for a while. He's been taking a vacation. He's just maxing and relaxing. Don't worry, he's all good. I think he's in Acapulco. I think that's the last place I got a greeting card from. But yeah, I got a little elephant. I randomly found this elephant about 2 weeks ago before one of my streams. I had to go out and do some errands, and I randomly found him walking around skateboarding and stuff. And then I got my little green Buddha. He's a little fake jade one. He's awesome. But this stuff is just around just for eye candy, and also possibly to create just a calm, peaceful environment to try to communicate with these things. Now, am I exclusively only trying to communicate with peaceful, hippie, lovey-dovey spirits? Sure, if that's what I get, but I'm also open to communicate with anything. There's multiple facets to this world besides just your loved ones or just normal spirits that are lost or stuck. And yeah, I'm willing to explore any of those facets. I'm yet to feel any sort of presences or discomfort from doing this. One time I got sick right at the end of it, one of my sessions, but I honestly think that, I had a crappy ham sandwich that I left out. I made it for my work, and then I forgot it on the counter, and I left it out. And when I got home, I was so freaking starving. I took a bite out of it, not even really thinking that I was out for 8 hours. And I swallowed like part of a bite, went to take the second bite, and then I was like, oh, you know what? This thing's been out for 8 hours. Maybe I shouldn't be eating it. So yeah, that could have been that. Chances are Occam's razor tells us that chances are it's just that bite of a crappy 8-hour left out ham sandwich. Yeah, so we're gonna get into it in just a minute. I don't know what the heck spirit box you use yet. So I believe I covered most of my gear for now. I have other gear. I have stuff like this is a infrared light. This is for my infrared camera. Here's my infrared camera. I never use it on a stream. I'm going to figure out a way. Well, I know a way to use it for a stream. I just need to get a freaking USB extension cable. And I can't right now because money's damn tight. And hopefully I actually had money to get it a week ago, and I went to go pick it up at the local store, at least the one I was hoping that had one, and yeah, it was sold out. They had like all these different cords for different things, and the USB extender cable was sold out. It was only like $15. I'm gonna try to pick one up, but I'm money is real tight till this Friday. I got skimp. Yeah, so what are these things? A lot of people think it is departed humans. Are they? I don't know. I think it's very likely that there are some, but then that makes questions arise. So if they are humans and they died, are there just so that okay? So right off the bat, that makes me wonder. So then, when every human dies, do we become a spirit? And so, is there a plane of existence right now where there's every human right now around us that has died, and every human and every animal and everything that has an intelligence? And because I think if you have an intelligence, then you probably have a soul. If it is a quote unquote soul, whatever that energy thing is that supposedly turns into a spirit form, whatever. I mean, we termed it as a soul, essence, aura, whatever you want to call it. You know, I want to get okay. We're just gonna go right into it. I want to start ghost boxing, and I just want to discuss real quick. When I'm doing this, you're gonna hear a lot of words, like especially depending what application I use. I was actually kind of thinking, oh man, I didn't. Oh crap! Sorry, technical difficulty. Whoops. I believe it transfers the camera doing it. I just didn't hit save. Anyway, I was thinking of doing AppyDroid 2, AD2. I haven't done that in a while. Warm up with that as like a warm-up app, and then try the P-SB7, like just to get like the phonetics and stuff in the air. Try the P-SB7, and then I don't know, something along the lines of the third, just depending on what I feel like, how much time, and all those good malarkey responsibilities. So how do I tell if it's a spirit that may be responding, or some unseen entity, or just some unseen force in general? How do I tell? I can't tell for certain. Especially with the AppyDroid, you're gonna hear a ton of freaking words, and some of those words are gonna correlate or possibly kind of relate to questions that are going to be asked, or discussions that are going to be said, or words that are said. And so when you hear these, you're like, it makes you wonder, like, what the heck? But in the case of AppyDroid 2, you're getting words fast. So you're going to hear it in just a second. Where'd it go? It literally spits out, I don't even know. It's like maybe a word or two a second. I don't know. You'll hear here. It's a lot. You basically got to be hearing at least 60 words a minute. But throughout that, I'll just say some stuff, and we might hear something that's weird. I just got to switch to online mode, and I'm going to turn it on. It takes just a minute for it to buffer. So what it's doing is it's going to be running through internet IP radio. And what it's doing right now is it takes a few seconds to buffer these up. So every time you hear a word pop out of this, it's actually been buffered a few seconds prior. I think he said 8 seconds or something, 8 to 10 seconds. So that's interesting when you hear a response that's like quick. Like if for whatever reason I say, what color is the sky? And it says blue right away. That means that blue response was buffered 10 seconds before that.
However,
so is this going to be spirits I'm communicating with? I really don't know. That's a weird sound it's picking up right off the bat. It's like really fast.
When trade with
Where
Is to be
So the AppyDroid 2 uses, unless he's changed it, it uses mostly Christian radio to sweep. So if you start hearing a bunch of cuss words, which I've heard before, and I've heard very sexualized words through sessions with this, it really shouldn't be happening. He does say mostly, so that means not all. I don't know what the number of non-Christian radio stations. I don't know what the high pitch is. That is really weird. I'm gonna restart this again real quick. It said there was some sort of error at the beginning. It couldn't load like one of the IPs or something. That was really weird. It was like one of the channels was on helium. Hello everybody in chat. I'll check you out in just a minute. Hello future people. Thank you for watching it. Past Rusty says hello. I hope everybody's well in the future. The past is all right. You didn't really miss much. All right. Yeah, I don't expect tons of people to watch this live in the morning. It's never the case. Most people watch it later. So I just want to get back to just doing this. And just, this helps take my mind off stuff. All right, now it sounds normal. I got nothing weird labeled. All right, guys. AppyDroid 2, okay?
vitamin Scouts. These are under that. Can you check this out?
Lower it just a little.
Today, the God for the action too. And act. Powered folks here.
All right, guys. Man, I haven't used this in like a couple weeks. I don't think. Mine is Rusty. I'm using all these devices here throughout these few months to try to communicate with you guys. Go ahead, try to come over to this area. This is what I think he might use. I don't know. It's just a gut. Like, I think he might somehow manipulate the actual computer, or you're manipulating the words right before they come out of the speaker. It's this speaker right here.
You've ever heard the government? Won't you fly under that out and
Man, I haven't heard this in a while. I gotta like make your ears adjust. So throughout this process, I'm going to ask you guys if you could say my name, and I'd also like to get names of you, whoever you are around me, anybody around me, please. What turn power. This does push out electromagnetic power energy.
And what
steroids you guys can utilize it to maybe talk easier, hopefully move something. If you could move anything, knock. If you guys could knock on anything like that.
Information.
Yeah, information. I'm looking for information. I'm just gonna let you talk for a minute and get used to it. And yeah, I'll ask a question in just a couple minutes, and then I'll wait like 30 seconds, a minute, and see if you can talk to me throughout that. Go ahead, get used to the device. Check it out. This is just a warm-up session, and then we'll swap into the P-SB7 to try to get things warmed up, juiced up, things melted. Check out chat. See how everybody's doing in chat. I'll say Rusty throughout this. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope everybody's doing A-okay.
The government drinks secret. Where you crashes of the creation of there's a 9. Let's say Like it or not, the coin for salt. Diet. It's a special one that we
You guys. Trust your thrust. Yeah. I want that as a t-shirt. That'd be an awesome t-shirt. Trust your thrust. You guys. Oh yeah, it is. He says the trust starts reading chat now. Oh, you guys. Hey, can you say hi, chat? Say hi, chat, to everybody watching in chat right now. Can you guys try to say that? No, that's fine. My channel seems to be the gathering place for that. Maybe we'll get the spirits worked up. Get the spirits randy. Randy spirits. Oh, you guys. So here's my attempt of, I went from these bigger ones to the littler ones. I'm trying to cut down. I'm trying to wean myself off these sons of guns. Such a waste of money. Okay, guys. So this is AppyDroid. My buddy Pugster created this app. He's a good dude. He gives away this app so people can test it out and explore and try to experiment with the paranormal.
I put time.
Man, I haven't heard this for a while. My ears you totally have to readjust to these things. I remember some sessions, such crazy stuff coming out, and weird sound and word patterns. Like they seemingly change. They like get in rhythms and then will change to it's really weird. It gets really rhythmic when you start zoning out to it. Hypothetical science. That's exactly what this is. This is freaking hypothetical science. Thank you. I hope that was a spirit that said that, because you were spot on what this is. This is all hypothetical science. I gotta have a cigarette to read in that chat. Jeez.
Boy Scout.
Boy Scout. Hey, I'm a nice guy, but I don't know about Boy Scout. Oh yeah, the freaking fate of the crappy switching cameras. For whatever reason, I always forget it does that. All right, my apologies, guys. I got to take 30 seconds to reload. I don't know why Hangouts does that. When you swap the camera, it puts a slight mute. It doesn't 100% mute. It like cuts it like 3/4 quiet. And then I don't know how to easily turn it back up without having to restart the apps. I haven't actually played with it much, admittedly, so I never remember until it actually happens in the stream. All right, so another 10 seconds or so, which is about good enough.
Sure. Freeze.
Nice. See, this is default. It's a little faster default. I like slowing it down to like the SW area. Alien power. Weird words. Alright, so I'm just trying to speak with whatever you guys are. I don't know what you guys are. You guys want to puff off my cigarette? What color is my bag of tobacco? What color is this bag of tobacco?
Yes, where is she?
I ask questions like this so I can confirm you're here. I can't see you. I can't feel you. I can't touch you. It's like your MC Hammer. I cannot interact with you seemingly any other way except trying to get you to manipulate these words. It's weird how some of the words link together to sound like sentences too. Sometimes. I'm gonna slow it down just a little more. I hope he's able to figure out how to incorporate. Oh, hold on. I forgot. That's why it started a lot faster. He has it on offline by default. I always forget that. I don't think the original one had it like that. I don't think the original one had an offline mode, actually. Yeah, he added an offline mode so you can play with the reverb. Reverb is really cool. It basically enhances the weird sounds. It makes it, at least my experience with Echovox, when I'm using the Hindi word bank, when I turn on the reverb, I'm able to hear like another layer of voices that you didn't really hear prior. And I think that's what reverb kind of does. It helps bring out those like back layer sounds. The XTS has interesting back layer sounds that you really have to focus to hear sometimes. A little buggy. Maybe it's because it's on BlueStacks and it's a newer update. I haven't played with. I was having some interesting weird things going on with the AppyDroid, the original AppyDroid the other day. It was buffering really weird. It was getting stuck on like a certain IP and just wouldn't chop to the next sound. And then it would, after like 30 seconds, then it would do its thing normal for like 30 seconds, then it gets stuck again. So I think it might just be BlueStacks. Could be my computer too. I really don't know. I'm not a freaking computer technician by any means. I'm just some schlum that works graveyard shifts and comes home and either plays video games or ghost boxes.
Do so.
All right, here we go.
All
right, so I'm going to let this go for about another 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to throw on the P-SB7. It's my first true instrumental transcommunication device. I'm not saying it works or not. It's just like made for ITC research, I guess. So this is Rusty. Let's try to get Rusty out of this sound, out of these phonetics. I want to hear Rusty out of these phonetics, please.
On silence. To them. Interior. Rest. You're going to take the risk.
National going in together. It's
Profit.
Wow. Drinking. Oh.
Well, remember it all.
Prevents.
Some weird words coming out.
No doubt.
No doubt. Try to say Rusty, guys.
Attention.
9.
Pause.
On
To protect
that.
September
and cut. Yeah.
Your main
report morality.
You are getting out.
Want you
To the shift in
This device here, like I talked about earlier, might detect you. So if you can come over it, try to touch it if you can.
your light.
Or fly through it or think about it. I don't know how you interact with it.
The shift.
and also have
Oh, it kind of sounded like you said Rusty when I was talking.
folks.
Please try to say Rusty again. I'm sorry.
Wow. Simply drinking. Oh, going into
Drinking. I've heard that twice now. Are you guys drinking?
Hey, so hundreds of
plays it.
Say that
You're hearing.
you.
Try to say Rusty, guys.
Find it.
I think you might have said it, and I apologize.
There.
Do it.
Yes.
I think it just said it again, and I was
What do
talking.
we?
I heard the E.
Environments and grave.
When
Yeah. That,
I heard a really faint woman's voice. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was weird. Why was there a super faint one?
Someone here.
And
that you
Loudness.
Yeah, AppyDroid's pretty good at keeping the volume roughly the same.
open.
Here. Calvert.
What on yawn
as you said if I
or
Yawn.
Our notes.
Welcome to
drinking. So
Why is it drinking again?
I get that.
I'm online, right? Yes, I'm online. It's like the same voice. What are you talking about drinking? Are you just
Show you.
eternally drinking?
Not going.
I think there he has.
Trying environments most great.
Year after
Unreal.
Yeah.
Do we reach your will?
She said that.
We are taking
the loss.
We are taking the loss. That was interesting. That was 2
Listen,
or 3 words combo
I'd like to jam
or voices.
can trust them away.
Body.
Several, really faint. They said several. Thank you. Whoever's here with me, if you're here with me,
Said
thank
if
you.
I coincidence.
I just
Thought he wouldn't. Of drinking. So,
Dude, why you keep saying drinking? Just that one guy drinking. Drinking. Dude, I haven't had a drop in like 7 or 8 years. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm a wet blanket to your spirit. Drinking. Drinking.
He has.
Okay, what kind of drink would you like? If I could get you a drink, what kind of drink would you like?
Yeah. Yeah. On the screen.
And I'm
He was under that.
good. In the artist place.
I feel.
Listen.
I'm Michael. I'm the nerdy.
Fathers.
Oh, for God. And they here. Look broader.
Oh, what?
So remember, this device right here, this black device with the green light, it's called a K2 meter. It's theorized that it might be able to sense you or detect you. There's Mr. Drinking again. That's so funny.
Would you like
Found it. How you guys doing?
And I'll show that with them.
Can you interact with this black device?
Yeah, actually.
Say
Yes.
Okay, I heard yeah, actually, and yes. And I heard stuck up. All right, come over here then, guys. Right over on top of the screen. Maybe this guy's like a protector. Here, I'll move him.
Under that.
He's over. Oh, I'm sorry, elephant. Down goes the elephant.
place.
There, go over there. Buddha won't harm you. Don't worry. He's a nice guy.
Just out. Slug.
Here. Hannah.
No one.
And if I
The power.
a lot of
Even if we
There were.
Can you tell me what color that device is?
this
What color is that device?
Not one.
God, poor elephant.
The point. Would you like? As well.
yeah, believe. And I'll show
He walks. When Paul. You should just.
under
Immediately.
like Jesus. Will be
yes.
just the night.
French
See, this is completely different. I mean, it's not a word bank, but it's not necessarily the same as sweeping radios. 'Cause sweeping radios give you that little bit of break of white noise, which AppyDroid, the first one, does. It's a slower version, essentially. And AppyDroid 1 gives you the choice of multiple different white noise sliders, which is really awesome. Just random sound sliders, too. And you can mix and get all sorts of unique sounds out of it.
If that
A minute. King and
This
All right, well, guys, it's Rusty. I'm communicating with you guys. Anybody that's around me, come around me, join me, interact with me.
the lens.
both haven't knocked it out.
How many of you might be around me right now?
You come
Let's look for numbers.
really a comic
Oh, that was a weird one.
Friend from Becky.
They're coming. That girl said, like, all weird, like, they're coming.
I chose. Yeah,
Who's coming?
it's complete me in one. Been done.
give it to the up in me. First place.
Parents.
Dang, that is hot in the 98% humidity. Ooh, I experienced that in Kentucky. Man, I do not want to ever. Ooh, I do not like that. I come from a dry state. It feels so weird in humid places. Does the humidity help you guys?
For the stick,
Does the humidity in the air help you
where would you
at all?
of the lens
I am
is the only when Paul thought the media based on Bushman the poor federal French 8 so this is in line.
Do things like barometric pressure affect you as well?
yes.
We would call prof happened on
So you're affected by certain laws of Mother Nature, but not all the laws then, huh?
This will be wonderful.
warned them.
don't know. Fourth
Well, it seems to be the case no matter what, because it seems like there's certain rules that you have to follow and certain rules that you don't.
and
Like some can move through walls, but some need to open doors. What is up with that?
was dropped. Where would you
How can some move through walls, but some have to open doors? These are claims. I've never witnessed this. I've witnessed an possible orb fly into a wall on Steve's, one of the craziest orb videos I've ever seen in my life.
had French lined
Son of
to the bottom?
Yeah, 4 miles.
maybe we
Happened
already.
these are all horses. So we're
That first
priest.
this will be
300.
that hardest.
We're more
When I was meditating quite frequently, and it's theorized that through that practice, you might be able to get cosmic glimpses to slightly, very quickly tap into the universal knowledge. I think I may have experienced a couple of these cosmic glimpses. Did I actually experience these cosmic glimpses that I'm talking about?
I love the
Where
this out
to
Hmm.
the church. Naturally.
whatever. Nobody
And
federal
pause.
nice.
He
Had respect. Lined that
him
What did I experience?
last 4
than any side.
and half
Even
don't horses.
the United first. This will be that kind of
Anywhere. Most
going to
would be Indians. I don't
for that.
Are you
blind
are you actually from another dimension that's parallel or on top of ours? Are you from another dimension that we cannot see?
bio to the last.
You
So what negative is grab. I love
Could be.
IRS.
Well, it's like you said, hi, Rust.
There's a could
Did you know
aliens.
What's up,
this works?
aliens?
Yeah,
hand
drill truck.
is
You have say off mind of the tight
Complaint last 4
rig is
this possible?
That sounds like a derogatory term.
Well, no.
And
we're
it really shouldn't be saying that stuff.
Focus.
responsible.
To be that
National
I can't.
anywhere and mud. Dead doc.
Come over here. Use this device, my friend.
There's a screen.
Putting out phonetics words, and we think you might be able to somehow slip your words into them or change them or do something.
more like
Says
numbers.
So when I asked about dimensions, I got that response that aliens pop out. That was interesting.
we're 30.
Are you aliens from this known universe?
His name.
17 fall. I love
The word.
you do.
Communication.
To bear the main
Did you know?
aliens.
First, I that this
Okay, that it just said it was in a different voice. Oh no! All right, there's got to be something I can do here. Hold on. No, I don't know. All right, I got to restart it real quick. Shame. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, spirits. Just hold on. Spirits, aliens, shadow people, demons, whoever you are, just hold on. 2 shakes of a leg. It'll be right back up. That was crazy. So I asked about aliens or whatever, and then it said aliens again, and I'm pretty sure that was a different voice, a different sounding voice. It sounded a little deeper. or something. Why would it say it again? I don't know. But then again, wasn't it saying drinking a bunch earlier? Maybe it's some hiccup that some word is buffered and like caught in the buffering or something. Perhaps. I don't know. Can't tell you. I really wish I could. I really wish I could take these apart and tell you exactly what's going on. I mean, Pugster is one of the few that actually tells you what it is 100% doing. The other, there's a lot of other ones that's IP sweep, and they tell you that they're IP sweeping. That's pretty clear, but for the most part, a lot of them don't really make clear exactly what they're doing. Oh, crap. I forgot it starts in offline mode default. No. Yeah, I'm assuming he does that so you can test out the reverb, so you can test out by default quickly. I don't know. I like it. I like the idea of reverb. I'm just not a fan of like just 100% sound banks. Like, yes, XTS has sound banks and stuff like that, but it also does things to those words and makes like these weird phonetic phonemes. Phonemes is basically just like sounds being pushed together to create word sounding like phonetics. All right, now we're back. All right, guys. So my last question I asked was about aliens. If you are aliens, are you from this universe? Are you from this bubble of a universe that some theoretical physicists think that our universe is a bubble comprised of numerous bubble universes in a giant infinity of space, just blackness, dark matter, whatever you want to call it. Are you from this universe?
I don't. You shouldn't think my attention. Here it said star.
It's like it says starry almost. Starry is in chat.
He walks. Serve.
If you want to talk to Starry, you can go ahead and say anything you want to say. Check chat.
What is the
Patrons?
Did you know?
From the
2003. On what do that? 8,000.
Charge.
This is everyone watching right now. These are all their names. If you have anything you need to say to anyone, go ahead.
School in time. Check it out. Right. See it.
To it is
Advanced.
a lot of
Paper on the input. Did say what?
Yeah.
Varies me for my attack yesterday. That's that.
Do we,
This type of
as we progress through life, does this planet pass through parallel dimensions where small things change?
Say that keeping you at use.
what's the
Creep.
100
Did you know? Do that.
charge
To get there's people independent.
prison.
Prison.
The worst.
I've heard that a few times on Ghost Box. The reason I asked this, I want to ask you guys, Bernstein Bears. If you've heard of this phenomena, just be quiet for a second. I want to ask you guys, how do you spell Bernstein Bears? You remember that book when we were kids, the good old Bernstein Bears, the cartoon to some of the younger crowd? I don't think I ever saw the cartoon. I was all about the books. How do you guys spell Bernstein Bears? I want to see how you guys spell it real quick. And yeah, and then I'll go into why. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, then yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting one. Let's see what you guys say about that. Well, I'm just curious to see if you guys remember, like Bernstein, right? So how would you think Bernstein was spelled, right? In my memory, okay, yeah, Mizu, you've heard of this, huh? See, that's interesting. You remember it as Stain, huh? Stein? Dude, It's spelled here. Let me spell it for you guys. This is how they spell it. And then I'll explain what I mean. Oh, whoops. It might help if I actually selected that. The reason for this is it's theorized that this may be evidence of some sort of a dimensional slip. That's how it's spelled on the books. Berenstain Bears. And for whatever reason, lots of people remember it Bernstein, and Steen not spelled stain. And this is 100%. Look this up. Google this right now. All over the internet right now, it says Berenstain Bears. And growing up as a kid, man, we always call them the Bernstein Bears. And I remember older, I always thought, for whatever reason, I remember STEIN. And a lot of people think this may be evidence, a small change, something small. Maybe there's other things out there, that some sort of dimensional slip happened in, I think it was 2010, because there's a couple websites that actually have this listed as the way we remember it. And then at around 2010, it changes to Berenstain. Now, one of the things that sticks out to me is I think I would have remembered stain, because stain is just such a funny word. As a kid, you think of poop stains, you know, or skid marks or something. It's a really weird thing. It's essentially a branch of something called the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is basically a term that was coined for a sensation, an oddity, a phenomenon, an anomaly that happened where people, when Nelson Mandela died here a few years ago, there was a bunch of people that thought they remembered him dying in prison like long time ago. And it spawned this interesting website where all these people post all these weird things that they think might have changed since at one point. Very weird. Yeah, look into that. It's called the Mandela effect and the Bernstein Bears. Really weird. Yeah, it's spelled on the books right now all over the world, Berenstain. And I don't know, that's just really weird. We all pronounce it as Bernstein. So maybe this is some sort of parallel dimensional slip, or maybe it's an example of us as kids, how incorrect our memories actually are. Because at the time, most of us were reading Bernstein and listening to people read Bernstein to us. We were quite young and learning to read. So maybe that's just a side effect to where the way we pronounced it is ingrained in our mind to where we think that's how it's spelled. I don't know. I really looked into it. I went to a bunch of websites. There's some people that say it's never changed. It's always been like that. You're incorrect. You just don't know how to spell and you're off. And then I've been to places that there's people that I've read their posts for years, and we're just blown away about this as I was. It's some weird stuff. I just wanted to go into that. Bernstein Bears apparently is spelled Berenstain. So yeah, we got to call them Berenstain Bears now. It's really weird. There's no information on this other than people just guessing. There's no official place that said like, yes, it was. Supposedly there's people that have images. I need to dig it out, but I saw a link that may have an old image of it saying Bernstein, S-T-E-I-N. And it's interesting too, because I was watching some videos on this, and this one guy remarks about how when he was a kid and he started learning about racism and stuff, he realized that the Bernstein was possibly a Jewish name, and he started wondering is it pronounced actually Bernstein or Bernstein. And so that was an interesting video, because he was like, he's like, I was a speller. I went to spelling bees all over the place, and I clearly remember it because I questioned if it was Stein or Steen. So that's very weird, very weird. All right, we're getting back to the ghost box. Spirits, what do you think about all that? Did we somehow slip through dimensions and a few small things changed? There may be other things, but for whatever reason, Bernstein is something in the collective consciousness of most Americans, like I don't know, 25 and up. Maybe not so much the younger ones these days. I don't know. I can't say for sure. I never saw the cartoon. I think I was a little old for the cartoon, but I sure remember those books, man. What did you think about all that?
But them 65. That's what.
Body.
I'm in it. Them at it. Well, you know, his
That you
Didn't share this for a minute while I finish my cigarette.
dab
scepter. Well,
Programs.
gets 11. Yours.
Radio now.
a lot.
So I think it's
You were
Did the government experiment
Whenever you
and some was it
the
or was it CERN? Did CERN somehow slip us through a different parallel dimension or a parallel universe?
Yeah, this is
stay out.
across the himself. Say network.
Can you say Bernstein? Try to say Bernstein.
Listen. Say that. Bro.
Oh, what's the stone? When you good people,
father.
our we'll talk about
Minute and
the word connecting on second born doing it. Well, you know, I caused for this day night to depart.
Are we in a different universe currently? Did we change universes somewhere in 2010?
So two
transformation.
That you
Can you say the word changed for a control word so I know that I'm communicating with something and the universe somehow shifted? Can you say changed?
for my show. Survey.
were processed.
National. Think we're so
Business.
this anyway. Most in the truth of the myself. No what? No what? Listen to
All right, so I got a little derailed, but we'll let this go for about 5 more minutes, and then we'll fire up the P-SB7.
Bro.
Well, you know, the
I'm gonna step away and use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
day night.
Spirits, go ahead and take this time to just use this as a communication device, as a forum for you to speak, to say whatever you need, if you can. If you cannot speak and you are failing in your communication attempts, I apologize.
Street trans.
On to big
But if you are successful, go ahead, let her rip, go crazy.
when heart drop.
Times day out.
Body.
Saviors. Times day. Strauss. Seaman of the national. Being healthy.
That you
Business.
International. Money work. Well, treating that doctor. Hey, this. Strauss 11. Criminal. Missing.
Going to
No what? It's like
were processed.
power out. This are 65. Linus.
a minute.
Just the Lord. Just never. 7 next. Again. Well, you know, changing 9. Self-set 9. Maybe. Get it for you.
There's an burlap.
Suppression. Check this. Yours. Or 2. So bag. 2 drinks.
Street trans.
We need to be an lightweight.
Others.
The bird.
Day out.
And coming yours.
I heard that lightweight, that was pretty funny.
Catching this
Warned about.
Lighting a freaking stick.
Which is great.
To be
And it wasn't lighting.
money work.
It's Naga Champa or Naga Champa, guys. Do you guys like Naga Champa?
First use.
I'll be right back.
Day. No what up. Bags have power out.
not going
Large enough.
You
back. A minute.
To ruffles. Doctor. And for John. Well, you know, just the Lord. For experience. Warehouse.
process. And then
Words. This out. Yours.
Timberland.
Wash. So.
Break.
Drinks.
Sky.
You are the
Street trans.
Nelson. Tough roll. When you are for you.
Day out.
I'm kick. Culture. Of the day. Discussion. You mean And support. Jokers.
You'll be still.
Money work. Right. Others. So. The night.
Criminal. The risk.
About what article
warned about
power out the dead fine 60 novels visit
Next. A minute.
wow
Searching.
for John.
Well,
You know,
I think
A world
and what does
is virtual.
and in fact, well, I'm
What?
Let's connect.
that you
this out
your
doctor drinks
Sky funds in September.
work
Treat from.
Babcom. You describe when Pollyanna view
Process
Home of
the missing out of the degree.
all day.
And I do this today. Reality.
bring
Okay, at the same. We got to give them
Wilson will be still.
this money work. Ability is
For you.
so the local
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Criminal.
Was exactly no what power
To take the
should
60 panels.
next. A minute.
the person the study. Wow.
others.
For John.
Well,
Now here's I don't know if you know.
well, I think warned about. In fact, well, I'm
And what
Has something.
is it? So this
yours.
So
Identity
suggesting kind of a
treat from.
This anything cool I was play?
in September.
not a history
When.
Turned up.
Home of
and
Turned over.
day.
It's told.
That
It's incense in my face.
thing
today.
Covered it.
Doctors don't
That's my.
Our time.
Did you say semen?
in terrorism.
money work.
Terrorism.
Right.
Doctors don't
All right, we're gonna swap to the P-SB7 now. P-SB7.
know what a first
bring brought
power hour
That you
All right, guys. Thank you. We're gonna switch it to a digital ghost box now. So essentially, this is kind of doing the same thing as this, except you're gonna hear a lot more breaks in the words, and there are gonna be radio hits. But does that radio help it? I don't know. You know, I honestly don't know. I've heard responses seemingly in the white noise sweep before it hits known radios, because I've used it in places in my room with the antenna detracted, where it'll get two exact hits the same time every time. So if you get anything outside of that, you question what is it, especially if it's a spot on intelligent response. And in my case, it was I got a kid or a woman to say hello. At least it sounds to me like hello. Literally a second or two after I ask if anyone's there, can they say hello? And yeah, that, you know, maybe that was just 100% coincidence, but it sounds different than the radio hits. And it's on my videos. It's there. It's actually my P-SB7 video playlist, and it's video number 2. And it's actually in the first like 2 minutes. It's the very first thing I ask. I get what seemed like a response. But then again, I've gotten a possible response in a long stream of words from the radio. I think it's on 6 or 7 P-SB7 session number 7. I think it is 6 or 7. I think it is 7, or maybe 5. I don't know. It's one of those. I'm holding a card, a playing card, and it's a joker. And I ask. I tried a bunch of other cards before that, and I don't think I got any responses. But I asked the joker one, and it was a long stream of words, and then it was like the last or second to last one sounded like a similar voice to the either child or / woman. Kind of, it sounds like it says a joker, like a joker. It's trippy. It's a trippy one, and I have other ones on this. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But these, I've got just weird responses. So I just have to disable the Bluetooth real quick. Yeah, so that burns. It's a weird one. I heard about it a while ago, and I totally freaking forgot about it. And I somehow stumbled onto that. I'm not quite sure. Just random. Oh, it's because I was going down the rabbit hole on YouTube last night. That's right. And I found that. Yeah. So that's what going down the rabbit hole on YouTube. You're getting to weird things. And that's like not even close. Like it's really weird stuff. What do I need now? What do I need? Oh, I guess I just need to hook it up. So the only limitation with this JBL Flip, besides, yeah, if you look with my crappy tape, this is to eliminate the speaker. It's already looks like the plastic wore through. So the next will be the metal. So I'm trying to eliminate that. But the JBL Flip, I mean, even with the Alltech is the cord is about that long. It's really not that long. It doesn't give you much playroom. And because of that, like I would love to put the P-SB7 down in my little play area and display it, but I can't really, at least not how I have this set up here. And I don't want to move the microphone and possibly screw everything up. Okay. So here we go. We're going to start off sweeping in FM. And come on, turn on. And I think we'll sweep at 150 milliseconds in reverse. Swept forward, I think, last time. Oh, did I turn it off? I think I turned it off. There we go. Ah. Don't establish connection. What are you doing? Hello. It's Rusty, guys. Whoa, that was weird. Hello? Are you guys around me? How many of you are around me right now? That was weird. Like one of the first ones sounded kind of like a young person did. How many individuals are around me right now? Man, I'm having a hard time hearing the words. Weird. It's usually more clear. Alright guys, my name's Rusty. This is a different type of device. It's similar in theory. We think you can speak through it. Come over and try to utilize it. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are having a good time. Very cool. Why are you not coming out very clear? At least you can hear like sharp words. Why are they not very sharp? What's up with that? Why are the words kind of faint? I don't know if this is a great idea. I haven't used a PSB7 in a while either. I've been all about these other apps. Try to come over here. Use my energy. Use the energy of these devices around me. Use this energy. What do you say about a mic? Come over here and try to use this device as well, guys. It's right around here. So if you're over here, hopefully this can detect you. Oh, hey, let me alleviate. I forgot to do that. Let me do something real quick, guys, and I'll make it so you can get out of YouTube jail for free. All right, go ahead and refresh, and that should eliminate YouTube jail. I usually do that on mine. I forgot to do it this time, but I unticked the automatically blocked spam message box, so it's unticked now. So all you gotta do is refresh, and you should not have to experience jail anymore. You're free. You're free, my friends. You're free. All right, sorry. Back to the Spirit Box. Sorry, that was Can you try to say my name through this device? It's here through the PSB7, guys. Come on, you can do it. Try to say my name, guys. Be right back. 30 seconds. Well, hello. Anybody that's new around me, I'm trying to communicate with you through different methods. Through this box here, it's called the Spirit Box or Ghost Box, and through this device here that might light up if you come over and touch it. Well, there's interesting things coming out of this. I can't quite make it out, but I'm recording this also. Whoever's around me, I can listen to it later. And I've been trying to re-listen to these more frequently. I'm not writing anything down properly, but I'm listening to them at least. No, that was a faint, interesting one. Couldn't quite make it out. Why are you so quiet today? Sounds like really faint voices. It's really weird. Really weird. It just sounds really weird today. It's usually the radio hits are a lot more clear. It's like these, I don't know, maybe it's something to do with the batteries. Full juice. Huh, I wonder. You know, I wonder if it has something to do with the speaker itself. Do I have batteries? That's a question. It takes 3 AAAs. Maybe I have enough of the. I have like ones lying around that weren't apparently powerful enough to power my laser pin. See, the Alltech is less bassy, and I actually just started thinking maybe the reason the voices sound so faint is something to do with the actual speaker. It being a quote-unquote better speaker may actually hinder it. Maybe that's why the Alltech became so popular, because it actually is better with the P-SB7. I don't know. Here, we'll try it out. Here, can I turn it on first? Let me see if I get juice. Yeah, I got juice. I haven't used this sucker in a while. Can't remember how to freaking put the thing back on. Cap or whatever. Okay. Now here's the thing with the Alltech that's different with the JBL as well, is you can't control the volume at all. At least if you can, I'm a complete moron, because all I see is a button with a green light that lets you know the battery is working. Holy shit! Jesus, that was freaking loud. Holy crap. No wonder it was like on 24. I usually would run this at like 8 or 9, maybe. Hey, that's 7. Jeez. Give me a freaking heart attack. It like broke my mouse somehow. Okay. Oh, wow. Alright. I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, check it out.
Sound.
Oh, it just said sound. It sounded like. Oh yeah, it sounds a lot easier for you guys, huh? Takes a minute. I can actually kind of hear something now. Well, thank you, one and all. Come over here. My name's Rusty. Try to say Rusty again. Now I can hear you real better. crazy. Try to stay rusty.
What?
Is the sound okay, guys? Can you hear it okay now? Are you making out what they're saying? At all? Sound check, please. Sound check. Test, test. I know you can hear me, but I'm wondering how you hear these guys.
After this.
No, that's
Morning, Shadow. Alright, now I can hear you a little better. How many of you are around me? Let's start off with a number. Weird sound. How many individuals are around me? So I can get a number to get a baseline idea.
this one.
Yeah, it sounded like 8, kinda. Like an 8. That was a weird one too. Okay, well I've gotten that number before. Are you guys always around me? Are your entities that just constantly follow me around? That's all I can see with it. My phone's right. I think it was my phone. I just got a text. I really don't want to look at it. I'm gonna look at it later. I think I know what it's about. Guy got weird with me at work today. I may not have a job soon. We'll see. It's a weird one. I don't want to go into detail. It's not a big deal. I exaggerated it all. I should have a job no matter what. It's just, yeah, it was a weird one. Something weird happened to me there. It's all good though. I'm into ghost boxing. I want to hear these guys. What did I ask them? Okay, I asked them 8. Oh, if they always follow me. I got distracted by the K2 hit. Do you guys follow me when I go out skateboarding? When I'm out shredding the streets, when I'm out, whatever, hanging 10 or whatever, something else cool, hanging boat, or I don't know, whatever else. I can't think of anything awesome. Are you guys watching me when I skateboard? Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that K2 is my phone. I'm gonna turn the phone off, actually. See, there's my text. Whoever you are, if you're somebody that I love, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure it's work related. I do not want to see that. I'm not opening it until after this. Yeah, look at the K2, goes crazy. I'll leave this over here. And there's no hanky panky. Let me get some reflection. God, the dang elephant. I'm sorry. I haven't named my elephant. What should I name that little elephant? I haven't given the poor guy a name yet. Spirits, what's that name? My elephant. All right, now if we get a K2 hit, it should be interesting. I think my tablet. Let me show you so you can see where it's at. Here's the control panel. You can't see it. Well, here, I'll turn it off. I think you can see that. There's power off. Turn power off. Samsung. I don't know if the K2 on. Oh, that's off. So now we have. There. I slid that. I guess you can't really see it. Alright, so now if I do get a hit on a K2, it should be not my phone or not my tablet. So it's something else. It could be rogue radio, could be who knows. If you're here. Oh look, you see it light up? It's sensitive, so if you tap it sometimes, if you hit it sharply, it'll go off. Try to go over and light this bad boy up. It looks like this. See? So I'm hoping that you can maybe just light it up just a little bit, like that. And if you light it up once, just like that, oh, that was twice, but if you light it up once, like that could be used as a yes response. If you light it up twice or more, something like that could be a no response. I'm going to turn this off. Alright. Go ahead and try to interact with that as well as communicating with me. Verbally, if you can. Oh, that was a weird one. That sounded like it got reversed. That was a really weird one. Do we have some sort of portal or doorway open right now throughout this communication attempt? I haven't used it much lately. I've been using the Echovox and EVR quite a lot. I think I'm going to end this with the Echovox, actually. I really like it. Yeah, Shadow, yeah, totally. Send it to Shadow. Yeah, we'll probably go with the P-SB7 for not too much longer. Probably like another 10, 15, 20 tops. And then I'm going to go to Echovox. Now that I've learned what it actually does, I'm just a lot more interested in its guts, what it does. So it sounded like 8 individuals were around the area. Out of these 8 individuals, do I have any family members? Out of these 8 individuals around me that I might have heard, I can't say for sure, are any of those 8 individuals old family members that are hanging around me? That was weird. Can you see my nickname? My family nickname that my grandpa, if my gramps is around? Try to say my family nickname, my gramps' and my sister's nickname to me. So I know it's you. I'm yet to hear that throughout this whole process. Not yet? What did you say? Nothing on the K2 yet either, I think. Try to say my nickname, guys. I mean, some think you might be able to see my surface thoughts. I'm thinking it right now. I have my incense lit, if you're wondering what weird thing. Yeah, I decided to relight the incense up. Try to get in flame, It's too much in flame. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it behind. Let's try to hear my nickname. Come on. I'll let it go for a minute. Go for it. Theorize if your loved ones or not that you can maybe tell me this kind of information and trick me at least. Tell me my kid nickname. I still have it. I'm still called by it by a couple people. Really just my sister now and my grandpa's dad.
It's not.
Yeah, it's hard to hear. Here, I'm gonna slow down the speed. All right, so check this out. We went from 150 milliseconds to 250 milliseconds. This may enable more radio, or this may give them more freedom to speak. Try to say my nickname. You don't even have to say the whole thing. It's basically 2 syllables, but it's a repeating syllable.
I'm ready to get there.
They were doing.
Well, that seems to be a tough question. Maybe my grandfather's not with me. Maybe he departed into another plane of existence entirely. Maybe he's with my grandmother. She's still alive, so I would assume he's protecting her if he's here. Tell me about you. Let's get some names of whoever's around me. Can we hear some names, please? And any individuals around me. Come over to this device, this black device here, with the silver antenna and the silver speaker. Try to give me names.
Whatever.
All right, well, we're going to go with this for about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to put on the Echovox. So go ahead and try to say anything you can to this device here, guys. Yeah, no, not one K2 hit. Now all that stuff's off. Try to come over and interact with this black device with the rainbow of lights on it. These rainbow colors. We think you can alter it and maybe adjust and change the lights and light up more lights.
Anyway.
Proudly.
Well, thank you. Anybody that tried to communicate with me, anybody that has been trying and is not getting through, that's very possible. It's very possible I'm here speaking to absolutely nothing as well, and I know that. It seems like there might be something here, and it's an interesting hobby that has turned into a part of my life now. I enjoy doing this. That's why I do it. That's why I did it for like 20 plus straight days, or 20 plus straight streams, I guess I should say, because there was a couple days where I didn't stream on my stream per se, but I was streaming on with Steve instead on his.
So approaching that.
Opposed to what? Well, I'm about to wrap up this part of the session, so anything else you'd like to say to this device, go ahead and try to get it out. Okay, well, thank you, guys. We're going to swap it up now. We're going to move to Echovox. Last attempt. If you have anything to say, do this device. All right. So I just want to explain this again real quick. The Echovox. So imagine this as a phone, where this is your earpiece and this is microphone. Which is funny because I've seen some of these bigger phones on small. I'm about 6 feet, and I've seen smaller people, and they have, to me, it looks like they're using this thing like this size, like in my comparison and scale with some of these bigger phones I got these days. That's funny. My ear hit menu. So essentially, what this is doing is it's different in the sense of what we were using earlier with the AppyDroid. The AppyDroid is just putting out words, a straight line of words, one after another, and maybe these entities can somehow squeeze their words in between them or utilize the word that is about to come out and change it up. Here, I'm gonna battery power. Now, how this is different, how the Echovox is different from those kinds of apps is, first off, is its word bank is completely different. Now it has a word bank, and then it has 4 word banks or 5, and then it has sub banks, like the sub sound sub word banks, and there's 6. That's what in the center, that's what the ABCDEF is the different sub sounds of each sound bank, and you can change any one you want on. So if you just want one on, you can change that and just have that on, and then adjust the speeds. Anyway, what it's doing that's different is when it makes whatever sound that it's spitting out that supposedly is coming out of the air, out of the earpiece, and going back into the microphone. And as it's doing that, you get the echo of trailing behind it. And then the next phonetic that gets spat out, the same thing happens with the echo trailing, and it's all getting recaptured and re-recorded again through the echo process. Echoes, they combine into different phonetics, and so you'll get like a pa 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 and a ma 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 and some other word, and you might hear like a please help or something like that. Like it's a very interesting process. It's completely different. What it's doing is, supposedly with those phonetics, is it's capturing real-time EVP through the microphone, because these microphones on these new devices, see the microphone for this one by my left hand pointer finger, it's this little teeny pinhole way up here, but I'm just letting you visual. It's easier to visualize it as a loop through the echo as like a normal phone or whatever. And supposedly when an EVP is captured in the microphone, those phonetics are imprinted onto it through the process of it buffering and writing through the disk. It's somehow captured, and it's very interesting. And I've noticed now that some of them don't echo for whatever reason. Most of the sounds you're going to be hearing, especially in Echovox, it's different with the EVR. EVR is similar, but it's different still. But the Echovox, we're going to be hearing echoes. So, and every once in a while, there'll be a word that pops out and there'll be no echo. And I watched one of Danny's stream, the creator of this, the other day, and he thinks the ones without echo are the actual EVP. He says it's weird. EVP. He said something, I can't remember verbatim, but along the lines of, it's weird for whatever, he was talking about echo. It's weird for whatever reason, the EVP, when you capture it, doesn't echo. So, and when he said that, I fired it up and I started noticing the non-echo words. And I didn't use this on the stream the other day, so we're going to test it out. All right, so I'm just going to use the default A. I'm going to turn reverb on. I like turning reverb on. I'll start it with slightly lower, and I will turn the echo on. Here, I'm going to, we can get a, you need a little bit of proximity. I don't think it matters entirely, but it helps to have at least a few inches to a foot in between your external speaker and this. You can use it without an external speaker. Their external speaker just lengthens the process, so the sound is in the air longer. Essentially, the sound's actually coming this direction into the speaker up here, and then looping back and forth. It's crazy. All right. So default echoes not, or mic gain's not too bad. Hope it's not. Record off. All right, testing it. All right, mic gain's not bad. All right. Now I'm gonna slow these down. By default, they're set pretty high. I don't know, I just randomly, there's no real rhyme or reason. I tend to alter them from like high, low, but you could just do them all in a straight line. There is no proper way to do it. He just gave you a bunch of choices just to screw around, see what the heck you can figure out. All right. So now I'm going to get, these are the different channels. You can manually sweep it.
Neat.
Turn the volume on this. Oh, that's already maxed. All right, cool.
Neat.
All right, so you hear that? The echo of the phonetic. All right, so you can just manually turn it and get sounds popping out. Hello, let's get some phonetics going. I'm gonna get the auto shuffle. I like doing it random.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we hear that echo. So my friends, come over and try to speak over here, up where I'm pointing. And your words might be captured, and these sounds that are bouncing through the air and being generated and carrying through the environment may be printed onto your words through this device.
Better. Click.
All right, so you see how that echoes clearly there? We'll see if we get words that don't echo. See, these sounds are going to be combined. Here, I'm going to slow down the echo. A little bit more of an echo. 1,000 milliseconds. Oh. See what that sounds like. Come over and try to tell me your name through this device, my friends. Through this device. Weird.
This.
Did you hear that one didn't echo right before this?
Never.
That didn't echo either. It's real faint. What's up with that?
And it
Get more phonetics. Speed them up. Dude, I'm hearing non-echo ones.
Oh.
That was weird.
smart.
Try to tell me your names through this device, guy. Up here, where I'm pointing. Yeah. Right up here. See, why aren't those ones echoing?
This
Right. Even.
Let's turn the reverb up.
With
No. So my name's Rusty. I'm trying to speak with what we think might be spirits.
now
on
right and if work
the first.
Test.
oh
Why aren't some of the words echoing? That's really weird. All the sound banks are on. And it's going relatively fast, but it's not spitting out a lot of phonetics.
In
Dustman
This is really weird.
at
gas Rusty
Can you tell me how you died?
out
My morbid curiosity wants to know. See, it's supposed to be real time EVP too, so maybe I'll get a quick response. Was it natural?
But
Weird. It's being really weird right now. It's being different from what I'm used to.
right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna spread these all around weirdly.
Us? And
Interesting. Well, as I said, we don't know how this process entirely works. I don't know if you're speaking into the speaker itself and that's where it gets captured, or if it's somewhere in the environment when the sound is traveling and we have the echo and reverb. I'll let you guys know I'll probably be ending this in about half an hour or so. I'm going to be trying to cut these down a little shorter, bit by bit. Give me a little bit more time in my mornings after work. Are you from the city originally? Were you born here?
and
It's being really quiet. It's really weird.
him and so killed.
Killed? Were you killed right here in this area?
Done. So
When
come.
Who killed you?
Fine.
Fine. See, they're not echoing. Those might be EVP. There's been a lot of them. I've been doing this for a while, so maybe they are just spitting like maniacs into it.
But
Whoever said
Friend.
killed, friend? I heard that before. Did the friend kill you, or are you just saying I'm your friend? Who killed? Whoever said killed. They were all quiet earlier. Who killed you? Whoever said killed.
as I no bleed.
Bleed. So when we die, are we anchored to a certain radius to where we die?
Right. Thank.
Time. Do you say in spirit form forever?
Get
When I heard him say that thing about the echo, and I did it myself, just listening, not recording or anything, not documenting, I didn't hear as many non-echoing words as I'm hearing right now. It's really weird.
no.
There's more far and few between. You had to like listen for. This seems like the common now. I really didn't change any. I always just do the same. I just do default reverb and echo. It doesn't really seem to matter. This is just slowed down. Here, we'll make it so the echo is like right after it. See what that sounds like. Hey, let's go. tip of finger. 39. See what that sounds like. The echo. See if it changes.
Not
Whoa. That was an interesting one. Thank you.
clear.
Yeah, there's barely any echo. Let's go. We were at 1,000. Let's try 769. It's just my finger in there on. All right, so we went 1,000 and then like a real low number. Now 769. Oh, thank you. Is this working? Can you say work if it's working as a control word?
Sorry, please. Wife. Zero.
Great.
I've heard it say rape before. I think that's part of the phonetic sounds.
Dream.
See what the middle sounds like.
Oh.
2080. I'm just playing around with this app, checking it out. Hello. Can you say work so I can confirm this is working as a control word? Try to say work into the speaker or microphone. I'm sorry.
Sure. Jen.
You need more phonetics? Let's try to just bump up the phonetics now. Balls?
See.
Cup?
Self.
See, these, a lot of those are echoing.
Self.
We're getting more sounds in the air, though.
Thank. Is. I am.
How old were you when you died?
Oh. Self. Love.
Oh, that was a weird one.
20. Way. Right. Now. Meet.
See, some of that's not echoing. Why is that part of it not echoing? He claims that he's really giving this out to all sorts of people to take apart and try to debunk, and nobody's been able to debunk this. He's one of the few that actually explain how it works and encourages people to try to debunk it. Like, fully explains. He made an interesting video. That's where I got all my information from. You know what's weird? How those colors sync up and then they fall off. They originally weren't, when I started this, they weren't synced up. But I just noticed they're like almost fully 100% synced, if not perfect synced. That's so fun. All right, sorry. Go ahead, guys. I'm looking for that the word work. You might have said it.
Often.
Often. That was interesting.
See.
Thank you.
As
This may be working. Hello. My name's Rusty. Anyone that's new around me, come over here and try to talk into this device up here where I'm pointing. There's a little hole there. That's a microphone.
and box off. Mark.
You can try to tell me your names, where you're from.
Grave.
Talk to life.
That.
So you guys doing a chat? Let me see more.
Gold.
Yeah, you guys haven't. I'm glad everybody's kicking back and relaxing.
However, long.
You know, that's why I like streaming. Is obviously it's the research side. It's what I was doing before streaming. I was just doing the same thing, just filming by myself.
Yeah.
But it's the interactivity between friends and newcomers and everybody. It's awesome. I really love chat. I love still just chilling in chat and talking with people. A lot of times Steve's asked me if he wants to join. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'll just be chilling. Chilling in chat. I like chilling in chat. I know what it's like.
Often was.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry that I was talking over all that. Well, this may be capturing your voice because we're getting weird ones that aren't echoing. And according to Danny, he thinks those are the EVP. I haven't really experimented with that this much since learning this fact. In fact, this is the longest I've experimented with it after learning about that.
Alf.
So these random sounds are supposedly recaptured and the sounds are pushed together and somehow the EVP that's captured gets dipped into this like pool of just weird phonetics. It's almost like miraculous if this is working. This seems to be one of the more popular ones used by well-known ghost hunters. Not just on TV. And not just like streaming. When I communicate with you, how do you realize that I'm actually trying to speak to you? Project. Yeah, Hayden, you should just make a setup like I do. Just film random things. I've been filming all sorts of random things when I go on Steve's. Steve's really the only one that I do these days. I'm just kind of doing my own, and then Steve's from time to time. And hanging out. I hang out. I saw Dom's last night. I was in his all night. And I was in Jason's for a while. Until I had to go to work. Was that last night or was that 2 nights ago? I don't know. All right, I want to ask about the Bernstein Bears with this.
Black.
You spirits got to remember Bernstein, the Bernstein Bears. Do you remember being spelled S-T-A-I-N as in Bernstein? I don't remember it being spelled like that. And apparently so does a ton of other people. Some sort of collective consciousness thing. So my question is, did we change universes? Did we somehow slip into a parallel universe? And that's proof of that?
Trick. Or
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, it's weird how Hangouts like took off. I have to admit, I got all absorbed into them when I first started doing them, but I think I've said just about all I need to really say. So that's why I like hopping on Steve's, because we actually like talk about paranormal and we do investigate to some degree sometimes on his stuff. I don't know. I guess the last time me and Pootis were talking about all sorts of random stuff. I don't know. I just like talking. Pass. That's a weird sound. I don't know where that sound comes from. I wonder if it's when I touch the mic, maybe. Told.
No.
I'm just saying the ones out loud that I hear not echoing.
The fan.
The fan, but that echoed. But I just thought it was interesting. I was like, the fan. Is there something I can do to help you? Weird. It's not like I said Dylan and then Ted, and those both didn't echo. So that's what we think. If you guys are hearing this, we think the ones that aren't echoing are your voices or your words. See, so when we hear 3-syllable words, that's the phonetics that got spat through and somehow combined and printed onto that. Because we're not hearing 3-syllable words come out as the phonetics.
Music.
Aubrey. Is there an Aubrey around me? Can we try to get Aubrey's name on this device?
Work. Eric.
And right.
Dude, it just said middle name red. Non-echoing. That was interesting. The middle name one is the more interesting one. Middle name. Crazy. Red again. Middle name red. Jen. Getting a bunch of names. I'm just saying out the stuff that's not echoing, because that supposedly might be EVP. And it seems like a lot. There's a lot I'm not making out. Oh, it almost like it said my name for a second. I did ask to say my name, guys. That's a control question. That's a control word. Try to say Russ T as well as Aubrey. If Aubrey's here. If I don't hear Aubrey, then she's not here. I'll assume. There's all sorts of crazy stuff coming out of this now. It has a steep learning curve. I'm still learning it. Learning the feel of it, the sound of it, familiarity. What do you miss most about being alive? What's the one thing you miss most about being alive?
Yes. Work.
Food. Mixed. love. When
Try to name the thing you miss most about being alive, quote unquote.
with my
I heard love, and it didn't echo.
with
That's kind of sad.
this
Yeah, when you're in love, it is such a crazy feeling. It is literally the craziest feeling I think there is.
one
You're literally freaking on top of the world.
these
And then rug gets pulled out from under you.
that never
I would imagine love would be one of the highest things missed.
first
What other things?
husband
Do you miss eating? What food? What food do you miss the most?
was we Jen and to
All right, well, I'm going to be wrapping this up soon, so just for the next few minutes here, go ahead and just try to speak to me and say anything you want to this device. Go ahead, please.
just like times to
Whoops.
Jen
I've heard Jen a couple times. Jen, if you're around here,
is
it's picked up your name.
that
Go ahead. Just say whatever you guys want to say. This is being recorded.
was brave some
Sounds like they're talking to each other. You can use this talk to each other, guys, for a few minutes, for a little bit. Go ahead.
this that solves problem take out I'm to see act
Black West Part Half Owen Self
team with dream led on
Some crazy stuff.
Try
cool
Head
Cool. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. So go ahead and say goodbye if you like.
the well
Dude, it just said goodbye. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Slide. And grave. Lift. Yeah.
Thank you guys. That was awesome. You said bye pretty dang quick.
This. Men. Tick.
Thank you, one and all. And thank you, one and all, for watching, checking it out. Another exploration, another journey, another session. Instrumental Transcommunication session number 55 in the books. You know me, you know the drill. I'll be around. If not tomorrow, definitely Wednesday night for sure. And yeah, I hope one and all, my spirit friends as well, you all have a good one, good day, good afternoon. The answers are out there. They just need to be explored, searched for. They're not going to reveal themselves. Somebody's got to do it. Take care, one and all. Miss ya. Till tomorrow. Rusty Reporter signing out.